Cross pattern. Open up your pores, pour. Hippopotamus. Blessed bosom. We'll be there soon. We'll be there soon. Whose burden? Tense. Unleash future tense. Drenched in renewal. Let them burst forth into a new tongue and become absolved from the prolongment to become engaged, saying psalms. Let them burst forth with the spirit of renewal. I sponge to let that poison seep out as spirit transfusion. Where is my heart? I lied. Even if I rotted in your bosom, it will swell and stretch. My spirit is like breath which cannot escape and soar upon the source of wind. Scatter, remember, your bride is prepared to ring for your finger. Take it. Love, birth, wash away, pour, source I am. Empty out and dissolve. I fell, I slipped, I went to the fountain, but the source was tapped, so I had to face my thirst until I am reunited. I will thirst for you in a dry land. I am a lie, I am a counterfeit, I am a bondsman's shadow, a bond indebted, a bond bound to exit. Hill, submerge, vibration, green, vein, blue sustenance. Father, safeguard me from the poison which destroys the land. They water their gardens, but no real fruits grow. We thirst for you, pour forth, pour forth. We thirst, there is only but one. Well, I try the water of earth, it makes me thirst more, and the sun seethes your baptism out of me. Bee, womb, bee, scatter seeds, baby, honeybee. You got to go back to the source, but Lord, there has been a drought ever since. No, I don't know what time it is, until the bread which erases hunger rains from heaven again. Unison, unite, untie. Ah, ha, he, she, we, cycle, neither, dissolve. What body will you have in the resurrection? What will you incarnate today? Behold it, bonded, vouchsafe. Spasm, strain, regain, fluid, diverge, merge, surge, emerge out the drought, a symbolic spring. Take the poison and become a sponge for grief, relief. Oh, woe man in this deconstruction, constriction, friction zone, a splotch of sand enveloped by the ocean, a kingdom covered with reef underneath. Birth is holy, one out of however many make it to your light. But I know which one to let go of. You held my hand in darkness. I knew, my son, you would come back. The muscle extension of wing veins connecting each intricate feather. I cannot go back to that cow. There is no more milk. And I'm not going to shit in her garden like everyone else has. Vroom. The sun spoke and fried, froze his chicklings in a cross pattern. Not enough keys to play. My door has been closed, but you can come on in anytime. Once I unclench, quell the chaos. Now you may kiss the bride with sealed lips. Pains, gulp, seed bloom out of, renew your covenant and make your kingdom known. Blown over, put the ring on my finger. Become, bestow, betrothed. Process utterless, preceding arrangement, proceeding, preceding, encompass, co-prior-duction, lately, incorporation, contrast, multifoliate velocity. I cannot locate the source of sound to drift away too egolessly, completely. I drown but breath resume. I was waiting for my shepherd to give an answer that could only be spoken by a seeker without a true guide. I cannot comprehend distance, but this is a long-distance plea. Sublime overtones. Come, you zany chariot, sweep me away to the honeycomb, my queen of mystery. I've shuffled the deck of all directions and counter directions, but where is the pulse atrium? Appoint a point and I'll prove it pointless. A radii without a center, sound without action, that is freedom. I tried to drink of that cup, but I couldn't. Disoriented day scream, teams, seethe, the freedom to coexist, multiplicitized, asymmetrically. Let them burst forth with of a new tongue, forth force, breed covenant, pre-embody. I feel extremely sensitive after being exposed and magnified, quantified, B molecule. A strand of the great dreadlock, the key, Ja-Ra, where all hairs and crosshairs meet. Veins throbbing in this vain existence, the singular I leaves out coexistence. That vine is reserved for the new wine. A prayer rooted from a disembodied voice, dually. Contraction, birth pangs, groan, home, woe be gone, embodiment begotten. I am belligerent, my beloved. Set this wild donkey free in a whisperous whirlwind. Recover, uncover, stabilize. We cannot contain the everlasting. Digest we, little by little, go through the track. Sustenance for the baby of a new foundation. The insects say, what is this structure doing here? Does my tongue operate similar to a wing? A stable foundation, but somehow I'm disconnected, a spine without a neck. I went to connect, but neither gender was accepted. O Israel the prostitute, I went on top your holy mountain, but without my mouthpiece, without the fountainhead, I was but a bee with a tap source of honey, and no toilet paper in Portugal. You singe me in a good way, purged by deprivation. I have seen every kind of variation possible, dissected and fractionalized, but I always need a baseline, or a space between sound. I am disembodied. I was searching for a womb, but I already had mine. All the streets were closed. There is but only one source to help me across. I cannot see reality without a pure music. Until then, this generation will remain godlessly poisoned till washed away. Bombarded, a tear wiped off the cheek of your mercy, absorbed, searching for the water that will never make us thirst again. We would not combat, unattached in an angry heat wave, the crest of an endless ocean of prophecies that are never true. And I left enough space for the javelin to pierce my armor. I left myself wide open, now I am drained. What is an opposite? Delicate peacock, you are like my beloved, the shade slurred to the source. I saw the color of blood is not red. When all is said and done, it is rust. We thrive, water being vacuumed out of us. Comparison, parent, son, father, I have missed you. And mother, I will see you when I finally reawaken to the glory connection that I do not have the area code for. A flower unloved, waiting for the waters of heaven to rebloom, the garden and part of this remnant, soak up, soar off, intricate remains, blue-green grains, the smell of a world forgotten vanish, seen straight from the womb, bore, nipples. You infinity cow in a land of milk and honey, they think they are in debt in a spiritual sense. You are covered, wink, the amount of water I need cannot be contained all at once. Wing, gleam, eyelashes, floosh, floof. A drop of water hit by the invisible light, causing the drop to spray. Echo, distance, reach, reverberate, emancipate your ego in the converging womb, tomb, bond. My call will be unleashed, tensing the muscles of the spleen, stomach, and embody the flood waters to seal up the contamination, damnation point. See they have water, but this will emerge by filter. Freedom will be bare, but we have this burden we must bear. When I think of the great one's function, our burden is squat. God bless. Alien, androgynous, shape bender, morpher, projectile, stationary, reach, target locked. You left yourself with me after you left, and I am sorry for your burden and mine. Pant, burst, clasp, inflamed, bloated, taking on too much cargo. The harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. Unraveled ion, appendix, extended, suspended, swapped, lag, transmission, transition, whelm, overwhelm, helm, flex, breath, will with women, will, barrel, marrow, burrow, sifted, reserve table, 3 seats, but only 2 arrived. One arrived on departure and spent 3 nights in the heart of the earth before arising, indivisible. You silly hippopotamus, what are you talking about? You dissipated in that womb and emerged the embodiment of all that strife and invisible light, supporting all these nurslings. Preoccupied, occupied, and unoccupied, cooperatively, simultaneously broadcasted. I reached there and was singed. I embodied the rape, the use, the receiving of terrible news of the used up welfare. Sustain this maze where we graze after time, and guide and gaze where vision cannot reach, imagining hearing a holy pasture in a pasture where we can get our fill of the living water in the shade. A life before the curse, bliss before knowledge. Shit, I'll immigrate there right now. At the entrance of passion is burdened well. Can't reap what you can't sow, and the land is not yours to plow. All the routes led me to the expression of everyone who needed relief, a conviction imperishable, a ration of manna, a sacred nibble to last until the next scroll is unveiled. If what I was convinced by was brought into existence, that could be sweet or bitter, especially without the proper medium, gas, sigh. I'll get by off a divine random serendipity, a passing agent, a relinquisher, retainer, to a destiny steered by embodiment, sacrament. Suggest me a kind vision, linger, even when I don't remember. I can smile at the unbearable agony. Now, a strain, a boiling kettle to make astringent tea. Plus it's not the shot, it's the aftershock. And this pistol, when it backfires, the sound goes into silence and comes back from many points where it hit the wind and scattered, ricocheted, deflected, and reflected. At least that is how I perceived it in my brain, sucking in more info than I know. Take out the action words, then there is no person. You still wrestle with God, O house of Jacob. Dislocate. Don't put your lamp underneath the bedside table, or leave your prized bride in the deepest chamber. Where is the aroma to awaken you from your slumber, O my bride? Projections of the mind's eye, portal mutations, permutations. You hermaphroditic cow, milk away. Disclaimer: this may be a false embodiment.